ready? It's the Roundtable with me, Robert.
Well, welcome to another edition of the Roundtable. We're here on Broadway Podcast Network or over here on Broadway World. Our next guest is somebody who has a Tony. She does. I don't have a Tony. I don't even have a friend named Tony. And literally, and Sarah Jones here, not like Meryl Streep says she's had the best night of theater in her life with Sarah Jones. She went on to produce her show. The show became a big, giant smash and success. She now has a podcast. She's doing things downtown. We're going to talk about all of the things. I think she's absolutely, utterly brilliant. And I'm so excited and honored that she's going to be here. And we're going to talk. And she's from Baltimore. And I love Baltimore. I spent 6 months in Baltimore. And it was the most fun 6 months. Have you ever been to Fort McHenry where they wrote the national anthem? I have my own feelings about the national anthem, but it is a very nice boat ride out there. We have so much to talk. Sarah Jones, welcome to the show.
Hi, I feel I've already had a full experience.
Thanks for being here.
I'm so excited. I feel like we've traveled up and down the Eastern Seaboard together. There's so much happening.
And you're out in LA is what I heard a rumor.
I'm out in LA. The rumors are true. Yeah.
You like it out there?
You know what? I do. I come back to New York, but I am such a dyed-in-the-wool New Yorker that I come out here as an ambassador from New York to make sure Los Angeles has sufficient, New York energy.
Yeah, it needs that. It needs that little bit of je ne sais quoi out there in Los Angeles.
Yes, it's a je ne sais. Come on,
hey,
je ne sais what? Yeah, I'm bringing the je ne sais what.
So I'm from Jersey, and I moved 8 months ago. I got married last week. My husband.
Congratulations to you and your husband.
Thank you.
Oh.
He is from Detroit, so I'm in Detroit.
Oh,
so Detroit and Jersey, we're scrappy. So I'm out here in the scrappy in the 313 talking to you about all the downtown theater in New York, and neither of us are there.
Neither of us are there, but you know what? It's in us. The theater is in us. We bring it with us wherever we may be. And I brought my people with me, Rob. I feel like you knew this was going to come, Robert. I feel like you knew. So, but Lorraine wants to tell you, because as soon as we heard about you getting married,
oh my God, mazel tov, sweetheart. You're married now. Isn't this wonderful? So for you, your listeners and your watchers who don't know, gorgeous Robert here with his beautiful wedding band. My name is Lorraine, and Sarah puts me in her shows, what she calls her one-woman shows. But that's because she comes from one of these multicultural families. So you think New Jersey and Detroit is a match. Her family is Black and white and Christian and Jewish and the Latinos, everybody who's getting snatched off the streets right now, she comes from them.
Anyway, Lorraine just wanted to say mazel.
People, if you don't know about these things, and if you don't know about these things, and if you don't know about all the things that is Sarah Jones, what have you been doing? What have you been doing?
What are you even doing? Yeah.
So we're here to talk specifically about the Downtown Urban Arts Festival, and it's coming June 11th to the 28th. And I'm very excited to talk about it. And I want to get everyone to get a ticket and see it and be a part of downtown urban theater and how important it is. Yes. But I wanted to talk to you about, you came out doing one-woman shows, writing them. And there is a lineage of other women who have done this that made it to Broadway. If you think about the Whoopies and the different people that have made it. Yeah. When you look back now, is this a dream bigger than you could ever dream? Like, this is amazing.
Oh, thank you for that. You know what that does? I'll say this for you, Robert, in case it's helpful to you in your life. Did you ever think that you would be entertaining people and lifting their hearts and connecting with your fellow theater geeks? And right? Like when you look back and you really take it in, it's moving. But you just moved me just now. Thank you for that. Because I think we take it for granted, right? We're so busy. Oh, my dry cleaning. What? Did you think this would be your life? Yeah. Thank you.
No, thank you for that, because it's a reminder. I had on a couple of months, not to take your time, but I had a couple of months ago, I had Jasmine Brand on, I said, oh, you just come on my little show. And she said, don't ever downplay yourself and say you have a little show. You built this platform. It's yours, and it's not little, and there's nothing little about it. And it's that perspective that, yeah, I'm living my dream every day.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay, and I don't want to be too woo-woo, right? But
Please.
so the thing I get to do with the amazing folks at the Downtown Urban Arts Festival, which plug, they've known me since I was a little baby and first started doing my thing. And these characters of mine, they're New Yorkers, right? You just met that character, my Bubby Lorraine. She really is.
I really, I worry sometimes that people forget New York is the home of so many different people. Just Queens, where Sarah is from. People should come out to June 14th and I don't know anything anymore. What is time? No, it's June 13th and 14th. We'll be at Joe's Pub as part of the Downtown Urban Arts Festival. And I said to Sarah, I said, Queens, where she grew up, it's the most diverse borough place in the whole world. How lucky.
So for me, that's what theater also offers us, right? Is like, we just get to be this, we get to be what some people are trying to legislate out of existence, which is
literally
a beautiful, pluralist, diverse group of people all sitting in a room together, feeling together, laughing, crying, but wear a mask if, I don't know. I'm careful because we don't have a CDC anymore, honey. We don't have a CDC. So just wear your things.
Be careful.
Be careful. Take your immuno supplement. You know what I mean?
Yeah. DUAFNYC.com for the full entire time that the Downtown Festival is going on, because it's from the 12th to the 28th at Theater Row.
That's right. I'm the 13th and 14th, but the 11th all the way until, when does it end?
The 28th.
The 28th. It should never end, but just clear your calendar so that you can spend all that Downtown Urban Arts Festival time with all of us from the 11th until the 28th. And I'll be there the 13th and 14th, smack in the middle where I belong.
Right in the middle at Joe's Pub. Joe'sPub.com. They're too cool to have me. Only the cool people can go to Joe's Pub. I mean, that is the spot, y'all. Go downtown, go to the public, go to Joe's Pub, have a charcuterie board and get a glass of wine and have a party.
Do they have vegan sharks? So Bella wants to know, what are the vegan options though? Like, what are we doing? Anyway, all my people are here, Robert, to chat with you. So we don't want to derail things. I just want to say, Sarah Jones puts us all in her shows. And as a queer feminist, obvi, first of all, I was a double major, feminism and social justice, but minoring in social media with a concentration on notable TikTok memes. And so I just love what you're doing with your platform. And I feel like theater is it's like the IRL TikTok in a way that people don't understand. So you all have to come to the theater. Yeah.
Is this where your show's going to be? Are these characters making it to New York?
Yes, they're all coming to New York. And you know what? For people who remember me from Bridge and Tunnel days or Sell by Date, those are two one-woman shows. I have these characters who live in my life and they live rent-free in my head. And I'm like a one-woman Airbnb and they don't pay rent. But they are all loosely based on my real family. I really do come from a mixed cultural, racial, religious, all the things. And just like America, we are a giant, dysfunctional, multiracial family that is sometimes at war with itself, but we do the best we can. And so this piece that I get to do with Downtown Urban Arts Festival at Joe's Pub is based on a podcast I started called America, Who Hurt You? Girl, America, who hurt you is the question on all of our minds, especially since November and January and every other. Oh my God. But we're going to make it through together. Do you know how, Robert?
Tell me, Sarah Jones.
Getting together, IRL, getting out of our doom scrolling. If you are doom scrolling on your phone, I love you, but you're not doing it right. We have to face this moment in our country together. And together it's not the same, just clicking and scrolling. We have to get together in the theater. So that's why you have to come to Joe's Pub.
Okay. So you have a podcast that is out called, like you said, America, Who Hurt You? And you're out here on these streets advocating, fighting, talking. Are you exhausted? I'm exhausted.
So let me tell you the exhaustion thing. So this is the thing I love about America, Who Hurt You. It came to me when I was like, we have this great country where this potential of being this city on a hill, right? That all of our different backgrounds, we should be this beautiful beacon and example. And instead we are letting, I'm just going to be kind and say, deeply disturbed people.
Okay.
We're letting deeply disturbed people drive us over a cliff. Why are we doing that? And it occurred to me that we need to put America on the therapy couch. Just like if you have a friend where you're like, girl, what are you doing? You're ruining your life. Like you would, right? An intervention, some therapy. So America Who Hurt You is us. I and my characters are putting America on the therapy couch. We're going to get the audience involved. On the podcast, we had wonderful guests. People can go listen to it wherever they get their podcasts. I think my first America Who Hurt You episode, well, we had Laverne Cox on talking about trans rights. We had Jane Fonda talking about climate. We wanted to get smart people and people we all know and love to talk about what's ailing America and how can we heal it. So that's the whole idea. And we're going to have fun. It's going to be a lot, but we're going to have fun.
Do you feel when you have conversations with Laverne Cox or Jane Fonda, which they're very famous and fabulous and amazing, but then you hear from people, I'm sure, on your social media or reach out to you or see people on the street and they're inspired? Because I feel like a lot of the times we do not feel good. We wake up and we don't feel excited or like we don't feel optimistic at all.
So Robert, for people who are just listening and can't see me, I just put my hand on my heart, which the old me would be like, that's so cringe. Like, what are you doing? Well, that's Bella, probably. But the feeling of the letting in the reality that we are feeling not okay. As a country, collectively, we are not okay, y'all. And here's the thing, that's not a cause for panic. That's a cause to look at what's going on. You wouldn't, avoid the doctor if you're feeling sick. You actually want to go and say, hey, could you look at what's going on with me? Did I eat the wrong thing? What am I doing here that's making this so awful? And the thing that I love about gathering people, doing America Who Hurt You as a podcast is fun and amazing. And we're coming back with season 2. And part of that season 2 is this live experience. When I put my hand on my heart because I feel your pain, it also soothes my own heart. And there's a kind of connection that you're going to have in the theater that you really can't have, when we have our kind of social media silos, which is part of how we got here, right? So I do want to say, though, there's one other person. Hi, Robert. My name is Nereida. I am very excited to be here. Hi. I love you. I see you saying you love me, and that feels amazing. No shade to your husband, because it's not that kind of love. I know he's fine. It's fine. It's good. It's great. But what I wanted to say is Sarah Jones comes from this multicultural family, and I am based on one of her cousins, and just being someone who is coming from an immigrant background and knowing that this country was built, all of us are immigrants, right? Like whatever your last name is, Bannon, that's not a Native American name. So your family came here at some point in history. My family came here a little more recently, but why are we trying to attack what makes us truly great? I'm not gonna, elaborate on that. But what I wanted to bring out to people is the idea of America Who Hurt You when they come to the theater. And I think this is across the Downtown Urban Arts Festival experience. You're going to get an authentic experience with real people and people who reflect all of who New Yorkers are, all of who America is. And we deserve that right now because we're being erased. They're scrubbing the websites. They're trying to tell us like stuff didn't happen that happened.
Women, people of color, minorities, the queer community, the trans community, they took the T right off Stonewall. They do not care. And if they're coming for me and coming for you, they're coming for you next. So they're really
for everybody. They're coming for everybody. And I just want to say this, that is not a reason for us to hide because that's what they're depending on. They want to erase us and make sure that we don't fight, that we just become like sheep. And I just want to say this country deserves to be its fullest, not hiding and letting, people who, I'm sorry, how many gold planes, gold toilets? What is this obsession with? Like, I mean, to me, it's like, here's what I will say. I know that most people who behave like that, they have some trauma. So that we're going to get down to it, Robert. When we get on that stage at Joe's Pub on June 13th and 14th, and when everybody comes and hears all of the festival, they are going to feel their feelings. This is not about numbing. And I'm sorry to say it, I'm just as addicted as everybody else, but the phone addiction, have you heard about digital dementia? Ew. Oh my God, we all have it. We all have something called digital dementia. I'm like too young for any of this. And it's like, we had to, the way that the antidote to that, if you look it up, you need to take 2 weeks and look at that. The Downtown Urban Arts Festival is about 2 weeks or so. When you can go and heal your digital dementia, get out of there's nothing wrong with social media. Well, there's a lot of things wrong, but there's a lot of fun on social media. I get that. But if you want to feel hopeful about this country, if you want to, I'm guessing the people who watch you and listen to you, Robert, they're out in the streets protesting and saying, we want our country back. So this is one way that you can enjoy yourself and ask the questions and feel the feelings. Like, tenemos que, I'm speaking Spanglish, but we have to feel all this stuff. My favorite expression, feel, deal, and heal. That's the only way we're going to get through the next 3.5 years.
And I only hope, thank you. I only hope that these 3.5 years, we swing the pendulum back the other way. And we have to go backwards to go forward. I end every show, with saying there is more good than there is bad. There's more joy than there is sadness, and there's more love than there is hate. Because I feel like the perspective I have a cousin, Adrian. I'm going to talk about doom scrolling, and I'm going to tell her to watch this because I tell her to her face. Adrian will send me TikTok videos and tell me all this stuff. And I say, Adrian, put the phone down. You're stressing yourself out. And what is your Sarah Jones? What do we do when we are obsessed with the phone and we can't stop going to Huffington Post or whatever's your website? I don't know what do we do?
I'm like, girl, all of them. Well, so I'm going to come back to myself for a second and say, I have a hack for everybody. If you come to Joe's Pub, I will elaborate on this hack. But for your beautiful listeners and viewers, grab your phone, whether you have an Android or an iPhone, whatever, go to accessibility shortcuts and make it so that you can toggle it with your side button with just 3 clicks. You can turn it black and white. Get grayscale. It's the ugliest thing you've ever seen. Your brain doesn't want to watch a black and white screen. And it's that pause that you need to just breathe and take your energy back from the phone in real time. It literally takes 3 clicks. And it has helped me so much, Robert, just to literally put down my phone. So who is it? Adrian, honey, you have to turn your phone grayscale, and it doesn't have to stay that way all the time, but when you need to breathe, and that's the other thing I would say, breathing is going to save us. It's free. They can't put a tariff on it. Although, girl, I can't wait to talk about Taco Tuesdays when I get on stage.
Ooh, I know it.
All I eat out here in LA, I'm like, it's taco every day because Trump always chickens out. Anyway, we're going to have a good time. You know what I mean? That's all we have to do. That's all we have to do is come home to ourselves, put the phone down for a second, and remember who you really are, honey. You are everything. You are everything. So the phone does not have to be your everything. Just put her down for a second. She'll be there when you pick her back up.
Amen. SarahJonesOnline.com is where you can find more information about you. And your stuff is streaming, and we can turn the phone back to color and follow you on Instagram. The links will be below as well. And podcasts, you don't have to have your phone open to listen. You could be vacuuming the floor, cleaning the backyard, or cutting the grass, whatever you all do out here, and listen to Sarah Jones in a fun. Because when we talk about politics, I know what you do is funny. So you're going to get chuckles and little drops of gold.
I know. Listen, my name is Rashid. Robert, I just want to say from one person to another who's out here in these streets trying to fight. Yeah, I'm the only dude Sarah Jones brought with her. Everything you just said. All we got to do, connect up. Yes, turn on the color for me, because otherwise you won't see my hat. I made some effort. So y'all need to turn on the color for me. But whether you a black person, a white person, a Latino, AAPI, everybody out here, LGBTQ, look, we in this together. Don't let nobody divide and conquer us, because that's how they trying to win. It ain't real. Let's get together. Let's get together in real life. Ain't no AI that's going to tell you it's a deep fake. I'm real. You know what I mean? We need it. Sometimes you just need the truth with no question. Is this generated chat GPT? Nah, I'm just Rashid IRL. Know what I mean?
I know Rashid. I've hung out with Rashid in my life.
I spent a little too much time with him, to be honest.
This is the best cameo I ever paid for, everybody. This is the best ever. I feel like I should be paying somebody for this. This is such great entertainment, Sarah Jones. Do you constantly write?
I do. I'm writing in my head all the time. And that's what people should also know is the show that I'm getting to do, plug, Downtown Urban Arts Festival. I'm just going to keep saying it over and over again. But, getting to do this show, America Who Hurt You Live, it offers a chance for, it's like part political commentary. So, we probably got like 200 executive orders between now or whenever watch this and whenever people show up at the theater. So it's improv, it's engaging with the audience. We're going to do some like exercises together. I don't want to freak you out, but you know, if y'all haven't heard of the vagus nerve, honey, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, meaning your parasympathetic nervous system. When you're in the theater laughing or singing along, literally your system is healing itself. So theater is healing. That's why we're doing this. I mean, of course, we want to have a good time. We want to laugh. And that's how we're going to survive this moment we're in.
I feel when I was in acting school, my acting teacher used to say being an artist is such a noble profession because it's documenting history. And in one time when people look back at the times we're living in and we talk about it in history books, we will be using the films and the music and the television and the stage work that and the comedy that has been written about this time to document. And what you're doing, Ms. Jones, is so very important to not only make us laugh and feel good and teach us, but also it is a part of history. You're documenting the times we're living in, and we're going to look back and need this to remember.
I love that you said that. And I'm going to bring Lorraine back for a second because she really has an opinion about that. So
Speaking, I'm off breaking the fourth wall, everybody. Watch Sarah's hand because she's such a good actor, because she's got the impediment work down like nobody's business. Watch this. It's so good.
Okay, first of all, he's saying a lot of words, but I'm here to celebrate with all of you that I survived a time like the one we are living in now. And I don't mean to make us too serious for a moment, but as a much older person, I'm not going to tell you my real age, but let's just say I like to think of myself as living proof that over 85 is the new 70. Anyway, I didn't think I would live through what I lived through, only to have to watch you kids. I won't, I don't want to be too emotional about it, but please, we didn't live through and survive what we did so that you all could do what does my granddaughter call it? A reboot. We don't need this. You don't need to feel fascism for yourself. Just watch the documentaries. My God, it should help us turn this around to know that some of us are now having to live through it twice. I never thought I would see it in my lifetime. And for some of Sarah's relatives, you know, I mentioned we're Christian, Jewish. The intermarriages, it's a long story filled with intrigue and interfaith guilt. The thing we all have in common is we all know from persecution, and we all know this should not be happening. And when we say never again, we mean it. So let's please, yes, we're in the theater. Yes, we want to laugh and be together. But what do we have to sacrifice to make sure that this doesn't get worse? And I'll tell you this, it's comfort. You might have to get uncomfortable. Speak up. The people who say they're socially liberal but fiscally conservative, and so they're benefiting from this, I don't want to say the wrong bad words on your show, so I'll just say it my way. Genevische Stickler, they're pulling out in Washington. It means dirty tricks, but it's stronger in Yiddish. Anyway, we should not have to watch this. And I don't care if it's making people richer. It's making all of us poorer as human beings, So please think about that and fight. You have to fight so this doesn't happen to your great grandchildren like I'm watching it now.
Well, it couldn't have been said better than she just did. That's how we all are. And that's why this show's important. And that's why what you're doing is important. And that's why you're not only a brilliant artist, but an advocate and activist that we need nowadays more than ever. And you do it with comedy and joy and heart and love. And that's what we all need. A dose of all of that. Thank you so much for doing that and sharing what you do. Follow on Instagram, everybody. Yes, I'm Sarah Jones is where you can go to Instagram. Sarah Jones Online has the link so you can check out the podcast and also get your tickets. Go to joespub.com. They're going to sell out, so they'll be gone. So make sure you get them. And then the Downtown Urban Arts Festival, it's DUAFNYC.com. You can get your tickets for the entire experience. I just want to be your best friend and hang out with you. And I want to take a selfie with your Tony. And I want to try on the glasses and learn how to do accents like you do them because you're so good.
We're going to do it all. It's all happening. Prepare to be sick of me, Robert.
Let's go. Come on. I'm ready to be let's go. I'm here. It was an honor to have you here. I remember the commercials. I remember the posters. I remember you performing on TV, your performances on TV. It's an honor to have you here on my show. And I can't wait for the next things that you have up your sleeve. We need you more than ever.
Bless you. I'm putting my hand on my heart, thinking of you, and I'll see you at Joe's Pub, you and everybody.
Everybody, go to joespub.com. Thank you so much, Miss Jones. Sarah Jones is here.
Yay.